Mr. Errol, he lives on the banks of Lake Arthur, where your windshield gets foggy, where your back roads unwind. It's a long way from Shreveport, not too far from Gideon, and it's close to the home that I left behind. It's close to the home that I left behind. Mr. Errol's a farmer, he's a father, he's a hunter, and he talks to the ducks and the geese in the blind. He works hard for the lives that he hopes to make better, and he lives by the graveyard of the rusty combine. He lives by the graveyard of the rusty combine. He held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. We walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. Coffee and biscuits on the stove in the kitchen. There's a crack in the ceiling. There's a screen in front door. When the fog starts to settle on the banks of Lake Arthur, I can still taste the whiskey from the night just before. It's Crown Royal whiskey from the night just before. And it's hard to get up at 3 in the morning. Put your guns, put your shells, put your wine in a sack. They look like some militia with our boots and our camo, and with a bird dog named Milo, he's asleep in the bag. Alright, he held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. We walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. All right. Combine's a monster, Combine's a savior. Looking down at the blades, I see heaven and hell. Cold steel cut the rice crops for acres and acres, and filled how many barrels, man, I could not tell. Filled how many dryers, man, I could not tell. From the banks of Lake Arthur to the Mermentau River, there's water as far as your good eyes can see. At the Lake Arthur bar, all the old men get rowdy. They got bottles of whiskey that are older than me. He held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. We walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. So this song was for a guy named Errol Lunsberry. He was from Lake Arthur, Louisiana, named for Errol Flynn and John Wayne, Errol Wayne Lunsberry. And he was a big duck hunter and a die-hard Cajun and a rice farmer. And I was, like I say, grew up in East Texas, there, Tyler, Texas. And when you go to South Louisiana, when you're a teenager and you're from Tyler, Texas, it's like you've never had fun before in your life. And I really enjoyed it, meeting Mr. Errol. And when we went duck hunting the first time, I was with my dad and Mr. Errol, and we were going to his rice fields, to the levees where he had his duck blinds, and I sank in the mud and my boots came off of my feet, so I just had my socks in the mud there. And then I tried to shoot a goose and I fell on my ass. And Mr. Errol said this has never happened before. But he liked this song, and sometimes when I started playing shows, he would ask my dad, how's my song doing out there? And my dad started talking about my music career. He said, I don't care, I just want to know about my song. Sometimes I dream of a girl in a pickup with her windows rolled down, with the radio on. When you look at the cypress on Highway 190, you give her a wave and you sing Jolie Blonde. You give her a wave and you sing Jolie Blonde. Mr. Errol's a good friend, he's never a stranger. When I come back, it seems like I've always been here. There's a sign in his kitchen, it's written in French.
Quand on n'a plus de Schlitz, on n'a plus de bière. We don't all speak French, though.
When you run out of Schlitz, you run out of beer. He held my hand when my boots got too heavy, with the mud from the rice field coming to my behind. We set out the decoys in the dark on the levee, and we walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine. We walked through the graveyard of the rusty combine.